Hello, my name is Javier Pozuelo, and today you'll learn how to integrate ServiceNow with Azure DevOps using Exalate. In Exalate, you'll see this option of Add Connections. We'll go ahead and select it, and we'll select Create New Connection. As the first step to create our connection, we need to add our systems into New Exalate. So we'll start off by adding the system URL of Azure DevOps. So we'll go ahead and copy our URL. We'll add a system name. In this case, I'll use ADO. And we'll need to perform a system authentication, in this case via a personal access token. In the description, you'll find the required documentation to create a personal access token with the required permissions. In this case, I'll use the one that I've already created, and I'll go ahead and check authentication. Once this is done, I can continue with my second system, which is going to be ServiceNow. So I'll perform the same step. I'll copy the URL and add a system name. The system authentication in ServiceNow, it's a little bit different. We have basic auth, which is username and password, and also we have OAuth 2.0. I'll go ahead and use basic auth, so I'll just type my username and password. I'll check authentication, and once this is done, I can review the details of my connection. I can set a connection name, which I'm going to call ADO to Snow Video. You can also set a description if necessary. We review the details and click Create Connection. As a final step, Exalate will require us to select a project in which we want our ADO work items to be created in. This is just for the default synchronization settings to be created. Later on, you can change the project or even add multiple projects into your synchronization rules. For the purpose of this video, I'll use my production board, and I'll select the script mode, which is the most versatile and flexible mode, and I'll click Continue. As you can see, we have an outgoing script and an incoming script. So we have the entire flow. We have a centralized view of the entire flow of the synchronization. And we can switch the direction of the synchronization. In this case, we're seeing ADO into ServiceNow. And in the outgoing script, we have a replica, which is the object in which we add our work item values, in this case, that we want to send into the incoming script of ServiceNow. In the incoming script, we receive the replica and we decide what values from the replica we want to add into our entity. So now that we have our connection in place, we can modify our synchronization rules to add additional fields or requirements. So let's add status. And to synchronize status, since we usually handle different values on each system, we need to create a mapping. And as you can see in ADO, I have to do, doing, and done. And incidents usually use new, in progress, and resolved in ServiceNow. So I'll use those values. So I'll go ahead and edit my script. And I'll use Ada's help, which is our AI assist tool, to help me with this specific configuration. So let's ask Ada, which is down here below in the synchronization screen. Let's ask Ada that we need to sync the ADO remote statuses to do, doing, and done. And like I said, I will map those values to my local snow statuses, new, in progress, and resolved. Perfect. So let's send this prompt to Ada. And within just a few seconds, it should generate for us a snippet of script that we can choose to either add or don't add into our script. So this looks correct. So it's removing a bunch of comments from our synchronization rules, and it's also adding the snippet. So let's insert the changes. So it created a status mapping with the remote values of our ADO side to do, doing, and done, and it is mapping them into our ServiceNow statuses. And this looks perfect. The only slight change that I will make is that I'll change this to a default value in case the incoming ADO status is not found in our mapping. So I'll save this script. And since this status is already being sent as part of these default synchronization rules, we don't need to modify anything on the outgoing side. So let's save this script and let's publish this version. Since we've already used Ada, for this side, I'll just copy the required script for the ServiceNow to ADO side. I'll just change the name of the replica to status, and I'll save the script. I'll publish this version. And finally, I have we can go ahead and test this, but we don't want to manually synchronize every single item. So we want to do this sort of in an automatic way. And the way that we do this is using triggers. So triggers allows you to set up a filter, and once this incident or work item matches the filter that you have set, it will be automatically synchronized. So let's set up a trigger in ADO. And I'll use the system fields tags as an example for trigger. So I'll say that if the system tags contains the value snow, it will be automatically synchronized. So let's set this trigger and let's publish this version. Now let's go into our ADO instance, and as you can see, I have created this work item type bug that we will be synchronizing over to ServiceNow. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and change the state to doing, which should map to in progress, and I will add the label snow, so it will be automatically synchronized. And let's even go ahead and send a comment saying automatic sync. Perfect. To see the status of our sync, we can go ahead and copy the work item key, and we can search for the work item status in the item sync monitor. So let's search for it. And we can see that it's already being picked up by our trigger, and it should be synchronized in just a few seconds. As you can see, it has already been created, so let's open our incident. So our incident was created with the correct state, the number, short description, and comments, and even the attachment. So let's test bidirectional sync. Let's added, and let's send an attachment. Let's choose this Exalate logo. Perfect. Let's change our state to resolved. We'll need to set the resolution code, resolution notes. And let's send a work note as well. Solved incident to ADO. Perfect. So let's update our incident, and we should shortly receive the updates in Azure DevOps. So as you can see, the attachment came through. We can see that the state has been changed to done, and we received the comment. So now we have bidirectional sync in place. If this video helped, don't forget to subscribe for more integration tutorials. Thank you for watching.